we are gonna make our way towards the dojo at this point. And start doing some plot important stuff from there. So we're gonna go over and do that at least. You're like, you're off. My offer to just escort them was perfect. She rather abruptly absconded after our battle. Who am I? Well, I'm a person. I am a human being is who I am. Of course, it must be the new student that is supposed to join the dojo today. Again, you got the wrong person. You thought you had to use teleport or something, we disappeared so quickly. Alright then. Alright, tell your name. Just Monday. Although you're rather sure that's not the name you were told before. Well, I mean, does anybody else know any Mondays out there? No? Then, yeah. Nice honey. Hmm. Bit of an odd ducklet. A bit of an odd ducklet. he's a fine guy. And I like how they bring up Ducklet, and as far as I know, Ducklet is not even part of the next yet. So, Ducklet may be returning at some point? Question mark? Who knows? Hmm. Let's say your psychic powers are very potent. Sure. Sure. Your threat means absolutely nothing to me. I do not fear your threat whatsoever. I don't. I just don't. Anyways, before we actually head in, let's grab some items right here. We get an extra belt, which will be definitely beneficial to me 100% right there. It will be very useful to have. There are more Digletts over here that I'm not going to be grabbing. So, more teases. Just gonna keep teasing you guys with that, don't mind me. I'm gonna TM for Focus Lies, which is not a bad move, but I don't trust the accuracy for it. The accuracy of the move being literally 70%, which it might as well just be a very low chance of happening. So, it's a move that I honestly do not trust myself using whatsoever, but it's still not a bad TR whatsoever. It's not. But let's head in this point. Get to see the whole family, I guess. Well, I say whole family, but oh, this is some kind of weird family reunion. Got lost the teacher. Sure. Everyone here really giving it their all. It's not usual for you to bother greeting new people. So, hide. A little smug kid right here. Let's try this. EXP Charm boosts the amount of experience you get. It's like having a permanent lucky egg on you. if you can get a lucky out along with that, the EXP yield is going to be massive. So that item is going to massively benefit me when it comes to grinding. And actually, I'm kind of grateful I went over and did this now. just kind of for that reason, really. You say that right there. So we have Mustard. These names are, very... I don't know. I just don't know. Cheesed to meet you. I don't know. That was very cheesy. I don't know. Might not have a battle with little you. Well, I guess we'll have a battle with little old you. We'll do it. I mean, I don't see why not. I don't. So, let me have our fight with the Mustard. I'm gonna be crushing. I will be crushing said Mustard. No problem. He has a Munfu. I have a little psychic cat. The odds are very unlikely that he will win, especially at that level. He is not gonna win this. He may fake me out. He may flinch me. He ain't gonna kill me. He's not going to whatsoever, and I also just realized that I still have Milcery in the party. I just now realized that. So, my bad for not going over and switching, switching Milcery out or something, to get Dreadnought back in the party. But you know, it's whatever. It is what it is. But we can get this level 13 Chinks, which I'll just be sweeping through no problem whatsoever. I can say that right there. And that's pretty much the end of that. So, something I can bring up right here, as we're just going to be going for all armor right here, is that, if, one thing that you can do, and I'm pretty sure most people who bought the DLC did this when it immediately came out, but it's after you beat the game, there is a massive level curve. So, since I'll just use the Jinx that Mustard used, for example, being a level 13, it will, instead of being level 13, it will be jacked up to around the 60s. It will at least be around those levels. If you were to do this, in the after game. This is just to make it a little more challenging, but I'm doing this now because, well, why not, really? You can also get our little Dojo uniform right here, which, doesn't look too bad. Fit right in with the students. Just use it on when to change or take a break. Just use that room over there. So we have our little area that we can go to. So we will be starting our training and doing 3 trials. So 3 trials max. And doing this for our secret armor. And everybody wants that secret armor. I mean, look at that one guy in the right upper right corner right there. He wants that so much. It's like armor. I want that. I am freaking out for it. That's just kinda how it is right there. Really do not have your uniform. I'll just get you another uniform. So, he got a uniform and then lost it right away. And you lost it to a Slowpoke! These things are slow for Pete's sakes, and... Wow. Never seen any Slowpoke move so fast. I don't know. These Slowpokes look like they don't really care. It's like, should we give you this or should we not? We're just gonna run off. Don't mind us. Guess we let them out of their Pokeballs a little too soon. So, our first trial is to go after the Slowpoke. We're gonna need to go over and defeat them and all that kind of stuff right there. And we're also gonna need to get the uniform back. So, that's our first task. Our first little trial right here. And everybody is just completely shocked. Okay, not everybody, but just all the open, yeah, it's like, wait. Shoot. Just shoot. Yeah, I want to change back to normal clothes. I mean, the Dojo uniform looks nice. Don't get me wrong, it does. But I do prefer the standard attire that I was wearing before then. So we'll just kind of stick to our little casual outfit right here. And before we even head over, we'll head to the art real quick. On button, all that kind of stuff right there. So heading to our right here, we can run into this little machine right here. Still needs more watts. Unfortunately for me, I have no watts. So I'm not going to be able to take advantage of this, but this is the good old Cramoranic. You can use Cramoranic to make items. And holy moly, there are a ton of items that you can make with the Cramoranic. There's a lot that you can make, and there's a ton of good items that you can make with the Cramoranic. Holy moly. I would say it's endless, but there's a ton of good stuff that you can make, and I can't even describe all the good stuff that you can make with Cramoranic. I can't. There's a lot of good stuff that you can make with them. There just is. So, just for that reason, if you want to know all the good items that you can make with Cramoranic, I would recommend looking it up on your own time. Or anything like that, just if you're interested in knowing what kind of items that you can possibly make with the Cramoranic. I do recommend that for anybody who's interested in seeing what you can make, as again, there's a lot of good stuff that you can make. I mean, for Pete's sakes, you can make bottle caps, you can make ability capsules, you can make a lot of good items. The possibilities of items that you can make is endless, and it is beautiful on what you can make. It is. I highly recommend looking it up on your own times, on your guys' own times, or anything like that, if you want to know what you can make. I'll say that much right there, because I really cannot describe on what exactly that you can make with Cramoranic. There's just so much that you can do with Cramoranic. It's crazy. It is straight up insane. Anyways, these Slowpokes right here aren't really all that bad to get right here. These Slowpokes do move at a set pattern. So despite the fact that they move really fast, they're still pretty easy to get, as again they just kind of move from the set pattern. So all you really need to do is just kind of wait around, and then when it comes right towards you, go over, intersect it, and you'll be able to initiate a battle with it from there. It's pretty much all you need to do from there. But, with all that being said though, we're just gonna be kind of... We'll just be going over, slowly killing these things, really. To the best of our abilities. I mean, I could use my other mons on this kind of speed up the process, but I kind of do want to use Meowstick for a little bit, just so I can get her a little bit of EXP for this entire thing. Just a little bit, not much, but a little bit at least. Every bit counts, and every bit does help. So, whatever I can do will help out in the end. And I think I'm going backwards. Yes, I'm going backwards. Let me go back over here. Reorient myself. And our last slowpoke should be down here. Well, let's say, well, again, it should be down here. It might not actually be down here. Okay, yes, it's down here. Just kind of circling this area in particular. It's just kind of going around circles for the most part. So, let's go over and intercept it. And let's take down this last slowpoke right here. I'm not cutting any of these battles out, as they are required battles. So, they are, for the most part, mandatory to take down. And just kind of do in general. So I won't be cutting these out or anything like that. That much I can say right there. And if you want to disable fake out, go for it. I can't even use it anymore at this point anyway, so joke's on you. If you did that for Magic Leaf, then I would actually be pretty sad in that case. I would be. But thankfully, that's not really the case. So, thank heavens for that at least. So we can get our last of the uniform, and we've successfully taken down the slowpokes. So I'll cut until we head back to the dojo. So I'll see you guys when we get back to the dojo. And we are back in the dojo at this point. Went over and took care of that. And we are back. And yes, I was able to reclaim all that stuff on my own. You can have this back. Take your dang uniform. Clear the first trial like it was nothing. I mean, it really was, for the most part, nothing. This is the first time since Leon that someone was able to handle all three past level book on their own. I'll tell you what, anyone who was able to catch up to Slowpoke at least gets one chance. Or just able to outspeed it, or outcatch at least one. I don't know, something like that. Or those little ones. So, Gano starters. Gano starters. We got ourselves a Squirtle and a Bulbasaur. This is for the most part static, as the game does straight up give them to you. So, since I went for Scorbunny, so I already have a Fire-type starter, so I can't even get Charmander anyways. So I'm just kind of out of luck for a Charmander. I could still at least get Squirtle or Bulbasaur, which... This is something I'm honestly debating, because both of which are good. I have been saying that I need a water type, and Squirtle would do the job just fine. But Bulbasaur can also be a great asset. And just kind of sitting right here thinking about it, and knowing what exactly we got to deal with in terms of the gym challenge. Squirtle? No, not Squirtle. Bulbasaur might actually be the best option for me. Not only that, but it will give me it will give me some coverage. But then again, we do have the Applin, and I'm still debating on raising that to begin with. I think in the end of the day, I'll take Bulbasaur. I mean, I went for Squirtle when I did my Sleepwalk, Pokemon Leaf Green. I mean, I didn't use it throughout the entire playthrough, as I immediately replaced the thing when I got a Staryu. But just to get the Bulbasaur some love, as I probably will be using this thing. So rip Applin. Yeah. I'll go over and use the Bulbasaur. And just raise this thing up. So you guys have a nickname for the Bulbasaur. I am open to any nickname suggestions you got for this thing. Minus plus speed minus special defense. When special defense is one of its best stats. That's a rip, but it is what it is. It just is. You may notice right here that the Bulbasaur has a little odd symbol right next to its name. That symbol, well, I guess I can say that's around this point, as we have encountered at least one, since, Kobu did this when we fought against him, but this is a Gigantamax Pokemon. Bulbasaur won't be able to Gigantamax right away, but when I fully evolve it to a Venusaur, it will be able to Gigantamax to a Gigantamax Venusaur. So we have at least one Gigantamax Pokemon at this point, which is that's kind of nice. And to be honest, Gigantamax, the Gigantamax Scandal starters aren't really all that great in my opinion. They're not, and really it's not all that necessary. So it's something that I won't really be using all that much. I mean, there's one Gigantamax form in particular that I might end up using, but besides that, once it's fully evolved, let's make sure we raise it well, all that kind of stuff right there. So Gigantamax is really a specific form for a specific Pokemon that will give it a unique move. Said unique move will either make it, well, either be kind of unnecessary for the most part, or very, very broken. It really depends on the mon. You love a bowl of max soup, full of max mushrooms right now. Sure, it's been a while. So our second trial is getting dinner. So you gotta get some max mushrooms. Which actually, in terms of max mushrooms, we did run into some while I was out exploring the island. I didn't bother to pick them up or anything like that, but we did run into some. We did. So that much I'll say right there. Anyways, that one guy over there, if you have armor right, which, Honey does give you some right away right here, which is nice. We can learn some special moves from this guy, at this point. It will cost about 5 pieces of armor right to do. But you can learn some pretty nice moves. Terrain Pulse right here, uses the power of the terrain attack. This moves, the move's type, power changes depending on the terrain when it's used. So in a way, it's like Weather Ball, but for terrain moves instead, is pretty much what it is. Burning Jealousy, attacks Burning Jealousy. If the Pokemon has raised a stat during a turn, it will automatically burn said opponent. So it's nice there. Flip Turn is just a water type version of U-Turn and Volt Switch, so really nothing really too spectacular right there. Rising Voltage. Attacking with Electric Voltage, rising with the ground. This move doubles when the target's on electric terrain. That is a really nice move to use if you're planning on using a team dedicated on electric terrain. Grassy Glide. This has priority if it's used in grassy terrain. So in a way, it's a priority move, but it's only a priority move if it's in a grassy terrain. Triple Axle. Triple Axle is a multi-hit physical ice type move that will become more powerful with each kick. So it's kind of like triple kick in that in a sense. It is. Coaching is pretty much like bulk up for double battles. You can use coaching to raise up your allies' attack and defense, which can be nice. It ain't the greatest thing in the world, but it can be nice. Corrosive gas. Get rid of. If you use this, you can get rid of any held items. You can get rid of any held items that are that the Pokemon are holding out in the field, which is nice. Which is nice against certain tanks and certain killers. It can be a way to go over and just kind of mitigate that and make them, well, less broken. Scorching Sands is pretty much ground type version of Scald. Has a chance of burning, so it's not a bad move from there. Dual Wing Beat is a multi-hitting flying type move, which is not all that bad. It's not a bad move whatsoever. Expanding Force is an excellent move. That does quite a bit. It does quite a lot of damage. It actually does more damage than Psybeam for Meowstic, and I can potentially learn this move just so I have a better move, better second type move. And the move does power up and attacks all opposing Pokemon on second terrain. So it's not a bad move for double battles or just double battles in general, really. Scatter Smack. This is an attack that can sometimes lower target special attack, which is not all that bad. Meteor Beam. Is a 2-turn attack. 2-turn attack. It's kind of like Skull Bash in a way, but instead of raising up your defense, it raises up your special attack. And then you release damage next turn, and it does quite a bit of damage. Power Herb. If you combine that with a Power Herb, I like to say, you can just get it out right away and do a lot of damage from there. So that's pretty nice. Poltergeist is a move this move will only work if your opponent has a held item. If your opponent doesn't have a held item, well, joke's on you. You're not going to be able to use this move. It's a great move to use if your opponent does have a held item. Scalesty is a multi-hitting drag type move. By the time you're done using this move, your speed will raise, but your defense will lower. That is pretty much the sacrifice of using that move. Lash Out is another good move. Does quite a bit of damage, and if your stats were lowered during the turn, the attack does double damage, which, do your calculations right, if that does happen, you're dishing out like 150 damage. It's like you're doing a free Hyper Beam in a way, but without the turn of recharge. That's just how good it is. Steel Roller, if you want to get rid of those pesky terrains that are out in the field, Steel Roller is a great move for that, as it instantly gets rid of any terrain that are out, but it only works if there is terrain out, and it also does a lot of damage. And then Misty Explosion, which is something I'm not gonna be teaching for the playthrough, but it's pretty much Explosion, but Fairy type, and it does more damage in Misty terrain. So there's kind of that right there. Overall, the moves that you can learn from that guy is amazing, and just in general, they're just amazing. They just are. It just dawned on me that you're brand new to our armor. I bet you have no idea where to begin to start looking for max mushrooms. Come on, let's go for a walk. I'll show you some mushrooms hot spots. Okay then. I guess take me to the good side. Alright then. Now, usually in the forest, the focus is chock full of mushrooms, but the thing is, a swarm of greedents came through and ate every last one here. So, I'm having more luck finding mushrooms in the World Tunnel. So the tunnel that we were at earlier ago while we were exploring is where we can possibly find some max mushrooms. So we're gonna have to go through the forest again, and make our way over. Which, I mean, we've already gone to the World Tunnel, so I'll cut until we get to the World Tunnel. So I will meet you guys right over there. All right, we're over to the World Tunnel at this point. We're just gonna slowly make our way over, over here, and let's grab these mushrooms right here, which I ignored from earlier ago. I could have grabbed these, but I didn't. So, before I do anything else right here, actually, you know what? I'll still keep me out for a bit. Why not? Let's grab these max mushrooms and damn, never mind. Just as I expected. Multiple max mushrooms growing in a bunch. My second powers picked up on these max mushroom eons before I found them. I should be the one to get those max mushrooms. First come, first served, after all. No. I know you wouldn't listen to reason. I find your presence most disturbing. I'll show you at the dungeon, the dojo, unannounced, and go to show such a talent even though you're still so young. Do you dare get in my way? I warned you about my second powers, and now you're experiencing them firsthand. Why am I so tired? Okay, I'm done. Okay, I caught my breath. Okay. Okay, we can do this. We can stop this rat. Okay. Anyway, we have our next fight with Avery right here, which she's still. I mean, he's a little more challenging in terms of levels, I guess, but he's still gonna go down no problem whatsoever. As again, I am for the most part pretty high levels around this point. I just straight up am. So we're just gonna take him down, no problem. And I'm pretty close to a level. I'm gonna want to stick around until I get to that level. So I'll do that much right there. And dude, you're telling me you're using. Okay. Not gonna get into the Woobat tangent. I'm not gonna get into a Woobat tangent. I've already made a Woobat tangent for this playthrough. I've already did. I don't need to do it again. Okay, for Pete's sake, I need to do it again. I hate Woobat. Seriously, I hate Woobat to pieces. Honestly, one of my least favorite Pokemon in existence. I hate this thing. It is so pathetically useless. And there's practically no use for it. Well, at least any use that comes to mind anyways. It's straight up useless. It just is. And just, it's a mon that I just rather not use, period. Even if I'm like doing like a type only run or something, or like even like a type only run in a Pokemon game that hardly has much type stuff to begin with, Pokemon Black and White for example, I would still not use the thing to begin with. I just wouldn't. In fact, a little thing that I'm doing on my own time is I'm starting a flying type only run of Pokemon Black, and for that run in particular, I'm only using five flying types throughout the run, as there's really not a lot of flying types in the Unova decks in that game. That's not national. That much I can say right there. So, with all that being said, though, Lord, Lord Almighty. Just with all that being said, those 5 Pokemon that I'm gonna be using, none of them are Woobat. I am specifically going out of my way to not use it. I will forever say that it's useless. That much I could say right there. And yes, I really am your new rising star. Jeez. Okay. Anyways. I'm not going to continue much further for that tangent. It's just, again, I hate Woobat to pieces. But we're going to make our way back to the torch of the dojo. So once again, I'll cut until we get back to the dojo. So I will see you guys until then. Though it's probably most likely be a split second for you guys, but a good while for me at least. So I'll be right back.